Greetings, Elderly Vegan here, and today I'm going to show you how I make my smoothies. I've been making smoothies for over 24 years now, and the more I learn about nutrition, the more complicated my smoothies have become. And the reason for that is because of these three reference books here. We have Dr. Michael Greger's book, How Not to Age, as well as Dr. Michael Murray and Dr. Joseph Pizzorno's book, Encyclopedia of Healing Foods, and we have Murray and Pizzorno's Encyclopedia of Natural Medicine. All three of those references have given me some really great ideas for adding components to my individual smoothie. Now, I realize that there is innumerable ways to make a smoothie, and everybody's going to have their personal preferences, especially if they want to achieve desired results with any issues they may have with nutrition. So, in this regard, what I'm going to do is I will show you the 18 ingredients that I put in my smoothie, and perhaps you'll pick up on an ingredient that you might want to include in your smoothie. So with that, I guess I will proceed on to building this guy. I've always started off with organic, unsweetened vanilla soy milk, and I'm still holding to that. So in goes the vanilla soy milk. And the reason for the soy milk, it's a great source of protein, as well as it contains the phytonutrient called, it contains phytoestrogens. And phytoestrogens are key for preventing breast cancer and or prostate cancer. But I am now adding 3 different fluids to my smoothies instead of just originally the one fluid, which was vanilla soy milk. In the last few months, I started adding pomegranate juice, and the reason for the pomegranate juice is it has a key nutrient, an antioxidant, that has a specific function. According to research, it has the ability to prevent LDL cholesterol from being oxidized. That's the form that you don't want, and that's the current thinking anyway with regard to coronary heart disease. It doesn't take very much, but I will add a couple of ounces of pomegranate juice. After that, I have yet another fluid I'm going to put in here, and this is one I would have never thought to include on my own. It's actually green tea. This, what you see here, is the equivalent of 5 tea bags worth of green tea, and I learned of this through Dr. Michael Greger's book, How Not to Age, and in goes the green tea. The reason for the green tea is because green tea consumption is perhaps one of the most healthiest things you can do. It's associated with a 22% reduction in all-cause mortality, and that's due to its polyphenols that are contained within it. At this point, I have 6 different fruits and veggies that I'm going to add. So let's see if I can get them in this guy. This is avocado that I'm putting in here now. The reason for the avocado is that they provide healthy fats, and they're also a way to help lower LDL as well as raise HDL. In addition, avocados serve a particular function. They act as an emulsifying agent. You're probably aware of this because if I had all these ingredients in here, minus the avocado, and I blended it up, and you let the blender set for a while, you'll notice a lot of the solids will float to the top, and you've got clear fluid at the bottom. But when you add the avocado, it keeps things evenly mixed for quite a period of time. Also, I'm soon going to be adding the celery, beet, and apple. The celery has a key nutrient referred to as 3NB. 3NB is really interesting in that it has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. And not many nutrients can achieve that. But once it crosses the blood-brain barrier, the antioxidant referred to as 3NB helps dissolve amyloid plaque deposits in the brain. And this becomes crucial if you want to prevent Alzheimer's disease, because amyloid plaque deposits in the brain is one of the key reasons why Alzheimer's disease develops in the first place. Also, in addition, the celery lowers blood pressure. I'm also adding apples to this particular smoothie. Apples are a great source of soluble fiber, and soluble fiber plays a very key role in reducing one's own cholesterol production in their liver. In addition, apples also contain a wide variety of antioxidants as well. I'm also going to be adding beets to this particular smoothie, and I've added beets for years, and mostly I did that because of the vibrant color that it imparts, but also because it's rich in fiber that helps prevent colon cancer. But then, just a few months ago, I find out from Dr. Michael Greger's book that beets cause an elevation in nitric oxide blood levels. Nitric oxide has the ability to dilate blood vessels, and this becomes important with circulation issues. Athletes are now drinking beet juice before athletic performance because it helps deliver oxygen to their tissues. So anytime there's an issue with circulation and poor circulation, nitric oxide will help because it dilates the blood vessels. I watched Dr. Greger on a video where he mentioned that this is referred to as veggie Viagra. Now, isn't that interesting? Well, let's see if I can get all these in there without dropping any little guys on the counter. There they go. Come on, celeries, you can do it. Aha. We're getting there. Whoa. All right. Come on, beet guys. It helps to talk to your food. Got it. Okay, at this point, I'm going to add raisins. And raisins are a great source of iron. They're also a good source of potassium that helps lower blood pressure. In addition, they're a great source of boron. And boron is kind of hard to come by, but it's really instrumental in adding bone density. In addition, raisins also are highly alkaline foods. And that becomes very important. Foods can be broken down into two basic categories. You got acid-forming foods and you got alkaline-forming foods. And at the end of the day, you really ought to consume a little bit more of the alkaline-producing foods than the acid formers. And the reason for that is your blood pH. Your blood pH is very slightly alkaline in nature, and your body will do what it has to do to keep it slightly alkaline in nature. And raisins go a long way towards keeping it towards the alkaline end of it. The problem is, Americans on the standard American diet eat far too many acid-forming foods. And here's what happens. At the end of the day, if you've consumed way more acid-forming foods than alkaline-producing foods, your body is going to keep your blood at that very narrow range of desired pH. So, what does it do to neutralize all the acid-forming foods you eat? It pulls calcium out of your bones. That's how it does it. This information comes from Dr. Michael Murray and Dr. Joseph Pizzorno's books in their two encyclopedias. They also go to point out that America has one of the highest dairy consumptions in the world, and we know that dairy has lots of calcium in it, but yet it's also ironic that Americans also have one of the highest rates of osteoporosis in the world. So it stands to reason, if you're eating loads of acid-forming foods, your body is going to rob calcium from your bones to neutralize all of that. But adding raisins and fruits and veggies in general are alkaline-producing foods. In you go, guys. Next, I'm going to add 4 different types of frozen fruit. I have in this bowl, I have mangoes, I have pomegranate seeds, I have blackberries, and I have blueberries. The blackberries and the blueberries have their each blend of antioxidants, which perform their own specific function. The mangoes, however, are rich in vitamin C and other vitamins and minerals as well, but yet they have another feature that I just learned about from Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Age. It's just recently been realized, I do believe, that there is a nutrient referred to as spermidine, and spermidine has longevity effects to it. How this works is that nutrient has the ability to recycle the components of dead and dying cells. The process is called autophagy. And spermidine does precisely that. The dead and dying cells are referred to as senescent cells. Now, when we're young, we have the ability to tear down these senescent cells and recycle their individual components, not a problem. But as we age, this process begins to break down, and you do not want senescent cells starting to pile up that haven't been recycled. The problem with that is they start turning out pro-inflammatory compounds all over the place, and that leads to multiple forms of chronic disease. So as you age, it's really important to keep the senescent cells in check by getting them torn apart and recycled, and spermidine does that, and mangoes are the fifth leading source of it. I also should mention that those on a whole foods plant-based diet need not worry about getting enough spermidine, because whole food plant-based foods reign supreme when it comes to the concentration of spermidine. So, I also forgot to mention almost, I have little pomegranate seeds in here. And since I've already added pomegranate juice, they're kind of accomplishing the same nutritional goal, because they have the antioxidant that prevents LDL cholesterol from being oxidized. But these guys are going in for fun, because these are actually pomegranate seeds, and the blender adds such a wonderful crunch to the smoothie. So in goes the 5 different kinds of fruit. All right, next in line, I'm going to add 4 different types of antioxidant powders. They are going to include, and I choose each one for their own individual blend of antioxidants. I have powdered ginger in here. Powdered ginger is great for relieving the discomfort of osteoarthritis. Plus, it's got antioxidants, and it's an anti-inflammatory in its own right. I'm going to be adding acai powder. Acai powder is really good because it has its own blend of antioxidants that are apparently at least 3 times more potent than wild blueberries. And I'm adding goji berry powder. Goji berry powder is got a key nutrient that I'm specifically interested in. It's called zeaxanthin. And zeaxanthin is important with eye health because it helps prevent cataract formation as well as prevent macular degeneration. And finally, in the way of antioxidant powders, I'm adding another ingredient that is new for me within the last few weeks. It has come to my attention. It's called moringa powder. Moringa powder is not mentioned in any of my books, but when you go online and search on health benefits of moringa powder, the list goes on and on. So I thought, why not include it in my smoothie? I'm down now to 2 more components that need to go in. I'm adding cranberry seeds because it's a complete protein, a good protein source for vegans. And cranberry seeds also are a good fiber source, and they contain antioxidants on their own right. Finally, I'm adding just 1/4 teaspoon of, get these guys in here, 1/4 teaspoon of stevia. This stevia is a natural sweetener from South America, and what I have here is pure stevia extract. I purchased this at a health food store, and it is expensive. At my local health food store, this is $44, but yet this container lasts a very long time because it's way sweeter than regular sugar. And I might also mention that according to Murray and Pizzorno, this is like a 5-star sweetener from their perspective. The reason for that is studies show that stevia extract helps lower blood pressure, and it helps with insulin sensitivity. It helps increase insulin sensitivity, which is precisely what you want. Well, at this point, I guess it's time to blend this little guy up. And so what we will do, I forgot to mention, I've been making smoothies for 24 years with the same Vitamix blender, and it has at least 500,000 miles on it. So let's see if it's capable of making just one more smoothie. We shall see. I'll put the lid on him. Okay. Oh, I also want to mention, blenders always have an obnoxious sound to them. So that can't be avoided apparently. I personally don't like it. But anyway, here's the sound of a Vitamix blender blending up all these wonderful things, not the least of which are pomegranate seeds and raisins which rattle around in there. Here we go. Okay, it is now plugged in. That probably will make a world of difference. Let's hope so. It did. Okay, let's have some smoothie. To your health.
To your health.
Well, that concludes my smoothie preparation for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found something worthwhile. And I also would appreciate it if you gave us a like. Thank you very much. Elderly Vegan, signing off.